everyone. Welcome back to This Week in Esports. I am Kelly, Mrs. Violence Kelly, and I am joined this week with a special guest. Hopefully you'll see him around more often, though. Jerrod, aka Diesel. What is up, my man?
What's up, Kelly? Thanks for this opportunity to come on This Week in Esports to kind of shed some knowledge on the COD scene, since I have been here since COD 4. I'm excited for this, though, so let's get to it.
Oh, yeah. So what have you been doing for the past year, though? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I came into the scene as a competitor, obviously, but I moved from that, became a coach during Black Ops 1 season. That's how I kind of got involved with the whole MLG scene and everything like that. And then when Black Ops 2 came out, I decided to leave competing behind, and I decided to start a community podcast, and that's what I've been doing for the past year, just doing podcasts and doing some interviews and stuff on site at events and stuff like that. But, you know, now I'm here.
There you go, man. Well, I'm glad to have you, and I'm glad to have met you earlier this year, so good friend now. Yay! But yeah, let's divulge into Call of Duty, because it has been a little while here on This Week in Esports, and we do apologize. I have a fly! We apologize for that. There was DreamHack, there was another DreamHack, there was Comic-Con. A lot of events have been going on in the middle of the year, so we're trying to all keep up, and it's been insane. And what has happened, though, was MLG Anaheim back, like 3-4 months ago. No, I'm just kidding.
It's been a while. It's been a while.
Just a little bit, but yeah, definitely been a while. I unfortunately couldn't even attend the event because I had an illness. I had stomach poisoning, and it kind of sucked. But you got to go. So how was it?
Of course. It was amazing. I mean, I've been to every COD event essentially since Black Ops 1. And this is by far the best MLG event that there has been for COD. I mean, the best event for COD general. I mean, COD Champs was great and everything, but just there was no spectators there.
No.
Which kind of deterred the whole event atmosphere for me. But COD Champs, don't get me wrong, was still a great time.
Absolutely.
But MLG Anaheim, by far, spectators were crazy. I mean, it was the biggest seating that we've ever had for a Call of Duty event, and it was filled the entire weekend. The entire weekend. I mean, the fans were getting into it. They were cheering on teams. Obviously, Optic has that big fan base, so they had the most fans there. But still, it was great. I mean, the finals. I mean, everyone was cheering for Complexity at the end. It was just the entire event was awesome. No complaints whatsoever. I mean, it was a great time.
Yeah, and I mean, when I got to go on Sunday, I sucked it up literally for 8 hours, and I made the little hour drive up there, and I got to go for the finals, and Complexity versus Impact was I was mind-bottled. Not even mind-boggled. Mind-bottled.
Mind-boggling,
That's our thing, everyone. We have an inside joke, but we love saying it because, we're nerdy. And but no, it was absolutely, I'd say, the best console event for sure for MLG. I mean, I've been to MLG since 2007. I've been witnessing it all unravel since the day it came out, though. And I've never seen so many cheers for console, and it was amazing to see all of the support. And even for League, League wasn't even packed the entire time. It was COD was packed, which was astounding. It was very interesting. Really cool.
Yeah, I mean, cool. You walk in and COD's literally just right there in your face, and it seemed like COD was sort of like the main event there. I mean, you had League of Legends back there, so anybody who came to watch League of Legends had to walk past COD. You had StarCraft in the corner, kind of, which was weird.
In a dark corner.
Yeah, in a dark corner, which was weird, especially from just a COD guy like myself. I mean, we're used to being the ones in the corner, and we were kind of like center stage there. So it was a great time, and just all the fans there. I can't say enough how the chairs were filled. It's just we're used to having maybe the first 3 rows filled with players, but there were actually fans there for Call of Duty.
It was fans, and they bought the VIP passes. I saw a lot of VIP purchases. They wanted to get in those couple rows to get that backstage experience with MLG, because no one really knows what's going on behind the cameras. But let's talk about the results. Obviously, Complexity took that event, which was
they did.
Amazing. Congratulations to all those guys. Aches, Crimsix, Clayster, and TP. And obviously Mr. X's coach, my good buddy, my brother from another mother. And they did so well. I mean, I called it. I definitely called it. The second MLG, Mr. X took on the coach status. I called that they were going to win, because he changed their entire perspective of how to do esports. Ike's grew up in a matter of 3 weeks. It was astounding. He gained I'd say 4 years of age. It was weird.
He really did. I mean, I've said it on my podcast in the past, like right after MLG Anaheim and everything. Like Mr. X was that X factor that event. I mean, he really did. He took them to another level. He did. I'm not even gonna lie. I mean, he was getting them out of bed to come and warm up before the event. I mean, they were there to win.
5.5 hours before he was getting them set, getting them fed, totally ready to rock. But who was the biggest disappointment? I'd say Fear, because didn't they not show up? What happened with her?
Yeah, Fear, they had some roster changes beforehand, like a month before Anaheim, and they had trouble forming a new roster. I mean, with dropping Assassin and everything, that kind of blew the community. I mean, that was like, Assassin's been there since COD 4. I mean,
it's ripped our hearts out.
I mean, him and Fear, go hand in hand, especially for me and the rest of the community. But when they dropped Assassin and APOC left Fear, which he kind of built that brand since COD 4, managing that team and everything, they just said they had trouble finding teammates, so they decided not to attend. They couldn't find a good fourth. But actually, half of Fear did attend Anaheim underneath a different team. It was Pac-Man and Wheats went with 2 others. And I can't remember. I want to say they placed top 16. They had a good showing, but I'm pretty sure they came back home, and now they're back on Fear, and Fear does have a fourth now. So it'll be interesting to see how that roster does in the future.
Oh, yeah. And then we had a little controversy before MLG Anaheim, actually, for the qualifiers. It was Evil got disqualified from even competing in the online tournament.
GB rules, yes.
Yeah, you guys got to watch out. What happened was he got hacked. That's what his reason was. So mysteriously he got hacked and had to change his gamer tag, and it states right there in the GB rules, "Thou shalt not change thy gamer tag in mid-tournament." So,
it's one of their commandments.
Yes, it actually, it very
really
much
is. But it really is.
It's their rules, and you honestly have to abide by their rules, which are clearly stated everywhere, and it's just one of those things that sucks, but hey, what are you going to do? It doesn't matter, you still got to show up to the event and perform. So it's not the end of the world, it was just only the online qualifier. So pretty much enough with Anaheim. Again, congratulations to Complexity. Great work. On to the next tournament was Jaffinity, which was in London, England.
Yes.
And we watched that together, didn't we?
Yes, we did. I was up for 40 hours straight to watch that event since it was on EU time.
It was rough, but to start the entire thing off, Jaffinity was a up to 55K in prizes tournament. And it was invitational only, so 10 teams got invited to go to England, or they're already in England. So it was 6 EU teams, right? And 4 NA teams. Yes. Yay, go America. And we ended up doing very well.
America.
Very well.
We did. Of course we did. I mean, it's what everybody expected. And really, it was surprising to see a EU team get that top 4 spot because no one really saw that. But TCM did show up that event. I mean, they didn't even drop a map the first day of competition in their pool play. So they came to play. It was shocking to see. I mean, the most shocking thing that happened at that event was NVS get knocked out the first day.
The first day.
They got knocked out. It was, everyone was saying a 1 through 4 NA sweep, and then Envy gets knocked out the first day. It blew everyone away.
It was very troublesome to watch too, our buddies, Proofy, JCap, Rambo, and all them. But it was very hard to watch the gameplay. It was sweeps in games. Some were close. There were some very close search games, but it was just so disheartening to see their faces. No joke.
It was. They were down. They were down.
Yeah, so what's going on with NBS as of right now? Because I'm pretty sure Stainville got dropped.
Stainville did not get dropped. I want to clarify that. No,
what
actually, Hastro clarified that and everything. Stainville just decided to step down. He decided to step down from Envy. He still has a take on Envy since he is a founding member of it.
Yes.
But he decided to step down. He has actually created his own team, which we can get into that later. But to fill Stainville's spot, they got Karma, which was on Impact, which was arguably the best team in the game. They went on a 4-peat. They won COD Champs, won MLG Dallas, won UMG St. Louis, and then they won
EGL.
They won EGL. So they had that 4-peat. They were arguably the best team in the game. And Karma, who still kind of stands as arguably the best player in Call of Duty right now, he went to Envy. He left Impact literally the night of the ending, Sunday night, he left Impact and joined up with Envy. So Envy's got a powerhouse squad now. They really do.
I think it's just gonna probably be JCap and Proofy are gonna be the strategic players of the team, and they're just gonna be Karma, Rambo, go do your thing. We got this.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing.
Go.
They needed a dominant sub on that team, and Karma is a dominant sub. Karma is pretty much dominant with anything in his hand.
Absolutely.
But Stainville has always been that AR player, so he wanted to go back to his roots and play with the AR, and he stepped down from Envy, and they picked up Karma, so it'll be interesting to see how that roster plays out throughout the rest of the season.
Yeah, and then to finish off Definity, guess who won that one? Complexity!
Oh, yeah.
Who called it? I did.
Hey, I want to bet because of that. I mean,
yes. We were betting.
It was hard. It was hard. It was hard not to pick Complexity. It really was.
Yeah.
They're on a steamroll. They have all the momentum now, so
absolutely.
That's a very good team.
It was a great tournament in retrospect of the gameplay. I thought the gameplay was a phenomenal, spectacular thing to watch. I mean, the kill streaks were once again the clutchest thing in the game. It is this meta game that we play, and it's unfortunate. I don't agree with it. Like, I still don't like kill streaks. I want my gun game back, no matter what. I'm gonna want that, but
I love kill streaks. I'm sorry, they're never gonna leave.
They're making it so entertaining to watch. You can't not like it. It's what I say is I'm just not compete in it. It's just not for me. But spectating wise, it's phenomenal.
Oh,
it's
great.
Honestly the most clutchest thing in the game.
Those really cool. Those CTF matches with the lightning strikes and hellstorms that kill the guy before. It's entertainment to the max for Call of Duty.
The only thing about Definity was it's been playing off the Deserto rules, which is the European style set of gameplay. So how do you feel about the loss of sentry guns, shotguns, and stuff like that?
Honestly, I'm against banning anything. Me personally, I mean, Treyarch, who developed this past game, they've been full on board with esports, and they are giving us everything that we ever needed to even make COD an esports viable game.
Yeah.
So I mean, they've been very adamant on how they want their game played. I mean, they set up league play, which essentially mimics the rule set that they would like us to use. And when we continue to keep banning all these things, it kind of just disgruntles them. I mean, Vaughn has been very vocal about it himself.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just I know for the next event that coming up for Call of Duty is UMG Atlanta, and they are using the Deserto rules as well. They ban sentry guns and shotguns, and I don't like to see that. I want to see those things put back into gameplay.
Well, essentially, my argument with this whole thing is a sentry gun is 99% the same thing as a Guardian, so if that's already banned, which Vonderhaar banned in League play, why wouldn't the sentry gun be banned? Because it is blocking that route, and it's either like add the Guardian in or just take the sentry gun out, because it doesn't really make sense to me why one is in and one isn't when they both do the same thing. They block a path, you can protect it with a trophy, and you can't EMP them. So I think the Europeans don't like having their gameplay slowed down at all.
Yeah, I can see that. I mean, I can go with the sentry being banned, but at least bring the shotgun back into play, because it does. The shotgun has brought so much excitement to the audience. I mean, it's just exciting to watch them with the shotgun.
It really has. It's been exciting since Black Ops 1.
It really has.
I was watching Fizzerp on Summit, just like
the guy. I know the banana back then. That's what we called it, the Spaz Gold. I mean, it was great. It was
just great.
It was great, and then even with Hardpoint now too. I mean, you get a shotgun on that hill, it's entertainment, and right there, I mean, the guy that's going off with the shotgun.
And if you don't like it, then you need to do it too. It's kind of like the FAMAS argument back in Black Ops 1. Like, if you don't like getting killed with the FAMAS, pick it up, yo, it's the best gun in the game. Like, and
which
it's not
is why you
banned.
saw 4 FAMASes.
Absolutely. That's right. Like, I don't care what anyone says. But yeah, so other than, the Deserto rules, I thought it was still very entertaining, gameplay. Doesn't matter. The Hellstorms, the Lightning Strikes still clutched it. So
I mean, I was kind of, I don't know, I was kind of iffy on the teams that they picked and the pools they did, but at the end of the day, I mean, every match was highly entertaining. I mean, it all came down to the wire. It was just, the entire weekend was great.
Oh yeah, it was a good tournament for sure. Other than the whole, we're going to be bigger than COD champs.
Yes,
when in reality, we look like a local LAN center. But other than that, Definity, good job. I give you a thumbs up. Because I was entertained for, the 40 hours.
You just got Kelly's thumbs up right there.
Yes.
You should feel proud of yourself.
You should feel proud of yourself.
You should feel proud.
Alright, so let's just dive into the roster scramble real quick. We don't really talk about this too much because of the fact that Call of Duty players change every 15 hours. I don't know.
Less.
That might be
every hour there's a change.
Maybe hour there's a change here and there. So quick assurance, Karma obviously left Impact for Envious, so that's going to be a great thing to watch out for. Stainville leaves Envious, but is still a reigning member and a decision maker on the team. FaZe, tell me what happened with FaZe.
Well, actually, what happened was FaZe placed 5th at MLG Anaheim, right, with the roster they had. So after MLG Anaheim, what happened was they dropped that entire roster, which kind of shocked everybody, and they picked up 3/4 of the Evil roster that they actually knocked out at MLG Anaheim. So everyone was like, "What's going on? You dropped the team that knocked out the team you just picked up. It makes zero sense." But that all happened, and then after that, with Karma leaving Impact, and John was on FaZe. So what happened? John left FaZe after that and joined Impact to fill Karma's spot. So I mean, it's just everything's up in the air.
How do you think Impact is going to do with John?
It's Call of Duty at its finest, right there. That's what it is.
COD logic for sure.
There is no logic in COD right now. I'm
how do you
confused.
think Impact is going to do with the addition of John?
Honestly, I don't know. It seems like that team is always arguing. I don't know. John's very young. I don't really know too much about him gameplay wise. I know he used to get disgruntled while he's playing and stuff like that. Kind of like one of those players that can't keep his head in the game. So it'll be interesting to see. He is a slaying power. I mean, he is a very good player. He really is. It's just if that team can keep him settled, which that team is known to get out of hand on stage and everything.
Yeah, just a little bit.
you got Killa up there. He goes crazy all the time. So it'll be interesting to see. I mean, it's definitely still, in my opinion, a top 4 roster. It's just if they come to play.
And to finish off the roster changes, VVV Gaming has no longer had a team now. So like they dropped their whole team just straight from the organization, and where did these guys go?
I don't know. I don't know if they dropped them or if the team just left. It must have been a mutual agreement.
I think so, because Twitter was very vague. They were all very vague on Twitter.
Yeah, I think it was just a mutual agreement. I mean, VVV is one of those organizations that likes to pick up teams and grow them as a team. They don't really look for those top teams, so they're looking for a new team right now. Okay. Who they'll pick up, I have no idea, but they are looking for a team. So I'm sure there's a bunch of people, gunning for their sponsorship and everything.
Oh yeah.
But what happened is VVV was a team. They had Sharp, Theory, Goonjar. And they decided to leave VVV and then join up with this new team that came out, Team Caliber, which is actually backed by a YouTube following. And I mean, just more YouTube getting into it. I mean, with Hex and all them doing it, they kind of laid the groundwork for it. So everyone seems to be, everyone seems to be falling in behind them. But so Team Caliber, it's a new team out right now. They picked up Sharp Theory and Goonjar, 3/4 of VVV, and then they also picked up Neslo, which was a part of Prime Example, and then that team split after Anaheim, so he is with them as well now.
Alrighty. So that's all we have for roster changes as of this moment, because it'll change, no joke. Be sure to follow all of us on Twitter. We'll keep you updated. And last but not least, what's going on in the community? Whee! Community update. Call of Duty Black Ops just got an update. So literally, like 24 hours ago, while we're recording here. So yeah, Tuesday. And what did it entail? Nothing too much for us here in league play world and competitive world, other than the AN-94, which is a powerhouse assault rifle in the game.
The warrior weapon.
The warrior weapon now, which I guess it's the sister of the FAL that people are saying. Like, it's if you can't use a FAL, use the AN. So it got actually the damage slightly reduced, but when I played with it last night, I didn't feel too different. I was still doing very well with it on my 4-bar, but back to 3-bar, it wasn't doing really anything.
3-bar, I hate it.
I hate it.
I hate it.
Maybe one day we'll get an update with dedicated servers. That's what I was telling to Kelly forever wanting that. I know.
You're dreaming. It's okay.
I'm
Dreams
stuck in
are
my
good.
dream.
Dreams are good.
So what else got updated in this recent patch?
Well, I mean, doesn't really affect us too much, but the sniping community, it does.
Oh god.
The DSR 50 and the ballista, I mean, the fire rate got slightly reduced. It wasn't by much, it was literally by like a few milliseconds, but it did create a huge outrage amongst the community. So
yeah, I saw the YouTubers.
Oh man, it created a huge outrage. some of the stuff that goes on, I just shake my head at. But it created an outrage. But honestly, I haven't used the snipers. I'm not one to use sniper rifles in gameplay too often. I'm more of an SMG player, so I can't tell firsthand how much it has changed. But from the stats on and everything, it doesn't seem like it changed that much. So.
No. The same with the ballista. I mean, just slight rate of fire reduced. Like, yeah, that doesn't really help any of us. That and who still uses the ballista? Let's be honest. But that's just me.
The DSR-50 is widely used though.
That is, yeah. I mean, it's something that I use. I mean, we play all the time. The first kill of the game is from my sniper because I'll just sit back and wait for them to.
I hate that.
Yep, and I'm always like running sniper first death, and that's
it's like hard point. Oh, I'm pulling a sniper up for first death. Here we go. Okay.
Hard point slums. I'm going double D's.
Oh my god.
See, we even have call-outs.
It annoys me, but okay.
It does, but it's a good strategy. People do it in the pro scene as well, and it's something obviously in Search and Destroy that is heavily used by the one and only Karma, who is a very sick sniper. Everyone knows his snipes are insane. So. It might have something to do, give or point, on LAN. Who knows if it even changes anything on LAN? Or, fly. Yeah. If the LAN itself is hosting the new patch because wasn't Gfinity using the PDW, the overpowered PDW?
No, that was a rumor that started. It ended up not being that. But actually UMG St. Louis, which was just a small local LAN, basically, a couple top teams, Impact and Envious were actually at that event. But that event did use the game right out of the box, no patch at all.
No patches.
That was a huge difference.
That's a nightmare for us people. You guys, you don't realize the game's been patched 7 times. So without all 7 of those updates, it's a whole new game again, and you're playing on something that you're not supposed to be playing on.
You get the God SMG back, the PDW. I miss that
gun. PDW.
I miss that gun. I love that gun.
Exactly, but. Other than that, that's pretty much wraps it up for Call of Duty. I know it's been a while, but that's your update in a nutshell. And we're just going to touch quickly on some other console esports that's going on right now in the world of esports. And that is Halo. Halo's back. 343 has announced a up to $500,000 in prizes tournament. And it's a free-for-all style tournament. There was qualifiers at the Rooster Teeth convention this past June. And it was a pretty big hit. I think over 200 competitors were there. It was some crazy numbers. And Tom T-Square Taylor actually played in that, got 10th place.
Of
and
course.
Yeah, he did pretty well. But what happened was they were playing on the games unit, which has a 0.05 millisecond lag. It's awesome. Completely amazing thing to behold is the Vanguard games units. And then in the finals, they played on a 5 millisecond shit Asus monitor, so it was very uncomfortable to be playing on. And apparently, Halo is very much laggy, so it contains the lag. And I witness it on a day-to-day basis, so I do know what they're talking about. But other than that, it was a great tournament to be held. Golden Boy was casting alongside Bravo, Gosayami. You guys all know those dudes. They did a great job. And upcoming is the online qualifiers, so you guys can go on Halo 4, the game, and go to the Global Halo playlist, Championship playlist, and compete. And it's pretty cool. Have you heard these settings, how they're doing this?
No, I haven't actually. I haven't looked too much into this since I am a COD guy myself.
It's okay. I'm more into COD too, but dating a Halo professional player, so
so naturally it's in your life. It's in your life.
It's implanted in the brain. So what you have to do is you have to get a win streak, and you can only quit 3 times, and you can make up to as many tags as you want. So
really,
so it's kind of it's limitless. Apparently they're not banning multiple tags on same IP. And
I don't think I agree with that.
I don't think I do either.
Because that takes out
weird.
the total skill set of each player. You can just keep doing it until you get lucky eventually. I don't agree with that.
Yeah, and right now there's some flaws being detailed. You can join the game and then disconnect as soon as possible, and somehow the kid still gets a win, which is ridiculous because they didn't even play. And we have video footage of a lot of this stuff, so it's quite odd, and then you finish a game, and just because the guy in 4th place quits out, all of a sudden you get a do not finish, a DNF. So none of that makes sense. It's just like the most unrealistic thing happening.
Leave it to these nerds to find a loophole right off the bat. It always happens. It happens every time.
Yeah, like dashboarding. Absolutely, like dashboarding in Call of Duty. You don't lose your win streak, blah, blah, blah. But it's a very interesting way to qualify for up to 500,000 in prizes. But there's also a qualifier at Gamescom in Germany, which is, I believe, August 12th. Don't quote me on that because I'm not looking at the dates.
August 11th, 12th, yeah.
11th, 12th, yeah, cool beans.
Cool.
And
yep, cool.
I might be going to that, so you guys might see me there hosting. Who knows? That'll be obviously cool as hell. So, congratulations though to Snipe Down, who won the qualifier at RTX, and congrats to everyone else that is winning the online qualifiers as we speak, because last week was regular FFA, this week is SWAT FFA, so it's completely different. That's one bullet,
FFA, I don't understand.
Free for all.
I know. No, I understand what FFA. Come on. Come on. I understand what FFA means. I'm saying I don't understand why you would put up $500,000 for an FFA tournament when
where's this
competitive
money
console esports is 4v4. It has been forever.
Exactly. That's my whole argument.
I don't understand it.
Where was this
it blows
when we
my
had
mind.
Street Rippin', when we had Final Boss, Instinct, like Dynasty, Carbon, all these teams that thrived off esports and pretty much were the faces of esports in North America, and we started this, and they were nowhere to be found, and it's just so disheartening to now have more people watching Call of Duty on Twitch than people are actually playing Halo across the globe. So those
numbers have turned.
Those numbers don't lie, and it's unfortunate, but I'm really excited to see it come back. Ghosty Yami's working real hard. Bravo, all those guys are working real hard to do, like what Fwiz and Hashto are doing for Treyarch. And so that's a good thing for us, and even if it's kind of small, I support it. But not local lands.
Support all of esports.
I don't really support the local lands, though. The people that are like spending more money to get to the tournament than if they win, they earn. So that's kind of a no-no. That's
true.
We're still very much not like living off winnings, not yet.
It's a big part of Halo right now, though.
Yeah, it is. It really much is. So good luck, everyone, qualifying, because you got a doozy ahead of you.
Yeah.
So that pretty much wraps it up, though, for this week in esports. And I'd once again like to thank Jerrod Diesel coming on and joining us this week. And I don't know where Sam was, so she was moving, and everyone knows that she moved near the Optic House in with Emilia Kate. So congratulations on your move, and I hope you are safe in Chicago, because it's scary sometimes.
They're in the suburbs of Chicago. They're
You never know. You never know. Some crazy
they're
wife.
in suburbia out there, okay? They're
Some
fine.
crazy wife can commit murder
It's fine.
in the suburbs. It's scary. It's so scary.
They're fine.
Alrighty, so anything you'd like to say, Diesel, real quick?
I just want to say thanks for having me on the show. It's a pleasure. We've actually become very good friends over the past month, so it's always good talking with you, and we obviously know a lot about this stuff, so it's good just to have someone to sit here and talk about it as well. But yeah, just thanks for having me on, and I look forward to possibly doing some more of these in the future.
Alrighty, well, thanks for joining us, everyone. Be sure to follow us all around on the Twitters and the Facebooks and all the cool social medias, and we'll be seeing you next week.
Peace.
Bye.